today we would have a quick look at a new multi-tool I got. And my ultimate multi-tool, this is really my absolute favorite, is the Leatherman Charge. I really love it, but there is another very cool Leatherman that I was eyeing for quite a while, and then it came along on knivesandtools.com. It's .com, but it is a Dutch website, and they have something where they sell products at a very reduced price because, for example, the product was engraved and someone returned it or they didn't want it or something like that. And they lower the price every hour. It's very cool. It's very nerve-wracking and exciting. But today, well, a couple of days ago, I saw this tool on there and I thought, okay, I want that because it was a very good price and I just really liked it. It's a Leatherman tool. It came in this box. I've taken it out already, but Leatherman uses these simple boxes. I like it. Very simple packaging, but that's really all you need. So a nice yellow box, and there's a couple of items in that box. Now today I don't want to do a full review. This is just a product overview. All right, I've taken all the things out, and in a couple of months, when I've used this tool for a while, I will do a full-body review, preferably outside, so you can really see the thing in the great outdoors. Alright, let's start with just some of the accessories that came with it. Alright, first of all you have this instruction sheet, also very efficient because this instruction sheet, sorry for the crinkling, this applies to a number of different tools. So Leatherman can really save some time and money by just putting the same manual in all of the boxes, which I think is a very simple, very effective way to deal with it. Okay, then you have the sheath. Comes with in this case with the nice leather sheath. I know not everybody likes these, but I have always very much enjoyed these. It's leather. Right now it's still very stiff leather. Tool goes in here. In the back, it's a little hard to show you, but I'm trying to jam my finger in there. Yeah, that's really hard to show you. There is a little elastic thing. You can put an accessory in there, namely one of these bit things. It came with this, so these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 bits, double-ended bits. Now if you have, we all have bits, we all have bit kits somewhere lying around in our tool chest. You cannot use your normal bits on this tool because these Leatherman bits are very flat, you see. The nice thing about that is that it saves a lot of space. The downside to that is that you can't really use the bits that you already have unless you have that Leatherman bit kit, which comes with 2 of these that are completely full of bits. Now the nice thing about this is that you can stick that into that elastic band thing, and then it's out of the way and you can carry it, and of course you can add more bits to it, although you need to buy the specialized ones. Okay, and then on the side you have 2 little well, round cylindrical pouch like things. It works very well for example the Leatherman bit extender, or a small flashlight, I would say in the AA variety or something. And so you have one of those on each side. And one thing that I really like about this pouch is that not only can you wear it vertically on your on your belt like this, but also horizontally because it has 2 slots here. And I always like to carry stuff on my belt like this, because if I do it like this, and you move to the side, you kind of stab yourself in the side, and for some reason it's very unpleasant to me. Okay, that Surge I showed you earlier is a bit bigger, so it has a slightly bigger version of this leather pouch, but I like these pouches. Also, that may be a weird thing to say, but they age really nicely. They get nice and slick and smooth, and the top here creases a bit. I think that it looks nice when it's aged like that. There are 2 accessories. I'll show you how to pop on one of these. There's just a simple eye. You can click this in the tool so that you can put it on a lanyard, and there is a pocket clip which also works very well. Okay, now the tool we're talking about is the Charge TTI. Alright, and the Charge TTI, it has titanium grip scales, making for a nice lightweight tool, but also a very strong tool. That also makes it a bit more expensive than a lot of other Leathermans. And you can see there's an engraving of a name there, clearly not my name, but that's the reason I could get this relatively cheaply. Okay, let's look at the tool. Alright, there are 4 tools that you can access on the outside. Alright, so you have this eye here, this one there, sorry, one right there, and we turn it over, there's two more. Let's start on this side. Here you have a very nice, I really like this one. You have a simple serrated edge knife, but it has a cutter at the end, right there, which works well for seatbelt cutting or for, you know, weird paper stuff, and as you can see it's very sharp. No issues with that. Really pleasant. This also works very well on zip ties. If you have those cable ties, zip ties, hook it in and pull it out, and it works very well. On the right across from that, so here, now on the bigger tools, these tools also have a little grip thing to open it on this side, but this tool's a bit smaller. You have to use this little thing at the end there. Here you have a file. That is the diamond file. There is on the other side a regular file which is pretty aggressive, so that's nice. You can really use that. And here there is yet a third file which I think is supposed to function as a bit of a hacksaw for iron metal. Close that up. Then on this side, of course, you have the thing that a lot of people associate with Leatherman. I do for sure. A bit of grit on there. A nice knife, simple, sharp knife. I like the shape of this knife. This is S30V steel, and I forgot what the steel on the Surge was. That is not labeled. I wonder if that was 154 cm. I forgot. In any case, here you have the Surge, and here you have the Charge. And as you can see, the knife on the Charge is similar shape, but is a bit smaller. Of course, the tool overall is smaller, so that's what you get. But out of the box, take something that's slightly fairer, no problems. Very, very sharp. Okay, on the other side, right there, and again, you can't really open it on this side, you have to put your nail in there. You have a nice saw. Saw, nice double-tooth design, so teeth on both sides. Very aggressive, nice aggressive teeth. Even if you just very gently put your thumb along that, you can feel it digging into your skin. So that'll work well. Of course, it's not very long, again being a slightly smaller tool, but even on the Surge here, you can actually see that the saw on the bigger tool, the Surge, is actually a little shorter than the saw on the Charge, although when you look at the actual toothy bits, I don't think it really makes a difference. The nice thing about the Surge is that you can just take the saw off. It has a Bosch T-shank, so you can put other stuff in there, whereas with this tool it's integrated. So I think you can replace it because there is a screw there. You can probably buy a replacement, but you have to replace the whole unit. I guess it's the same thing in the Leatherman Surge, except that you don't have to unscrew everything there. Okay, now then of course there is the actual pliers. Pliers, that's typically what you buy a multi-tool for, and that's what a multi-tool like this has as leverage. See what I did there? Over, for example, a Swiss Army knife, which sometimes has a small pair of pliers in it, but typically they're not that great in my experience. Simple, effective pair of pliers. So you have needle nose there, and as you can see, it closes really well, so that works very well. You have needle nose, you have your crimpers right in there, then you have your regular round pliers, and of course you have wire cutters. Now this tool does not have, unlike the Surge, that also has a thing at the bottom for really hard wire that works very well, and this, the Charge, does not have that. It does have, of course, wire cutters, and then at the bottom you can just see that round opening there. That is the hard wire cutters. Interesting thing, on the Surge, first of all you see the giant difference in the size of the actual pliers, but on the Surge you have, that is the 2013 model at least, you have replaceable wire cutters. You see there's a screw, you can take them out. With this tool you cannot. So if these get damaged, they're damaged, and you pretty much have to replace the entire tool. So I am very interested to see if Leatherman at some point is going to upgrade this model as well and put replaceable wire cutters in them. That would be very cool. Alright, now there's a couple more tools. First of all, on the inside lining here is a ruler. So you have inches and centimeters / millimeters at the bottom there, and that, you know, you can of course fold that open and do that in such a manner that this actually becomes one ruler. That works well. But let's look at the other tools in there. I'm going to start with this side. Here you have the bit driver. As I said, it's these Leatherman proprietary flat bits that fit in there, and you get a double-ended bit. So you get a Phillips and flathead, and if you really want to know, the Phillips is number 1 to 2 and the flathead is 3/16 of an inch. Fits in well, easy to put in, easy to take out, and what I find very pleasant is it doesn't fall out very easily. Interesting thing, all these tools lock, so it will not accidentally open. You have to push this with your thumb or something and then just snap the thing shut. And here we have a can opener / tin opener, depending on where you live. I'm going to try this. I haven't tried this specific tool yet, but it looks decent enough. And at the bottom there is a wire stripper. You see that V-shaped thing there? You can strip wire with that. Also have to try that one out. What I do find very pleasant, and that really is something I love about Leatherman, I'm yet to see Leatherman where you have tools in here that are hard to access. Really, you put your nail in and just with very little effort you can pull the whole thing out. I love Victorinox products. I love their knives. The typical old-fashioned, you know, standard classic Swiss Army knife is fantastic, but some of the tools are in so tightly that you snap off a nail trying to open them. Leatherman, I've never experienced that, and I can honestly say I've used a lot of Leathermans. That's very, very neat. Okay, then here we have a simple flathead screwdriver. So that's the other leg of the pliers. Flathead screwdriver, nice, but why? Because the tool comes with a bit driver. To be honest, would much rather have seen something like a chisel or an awl in here, which I think are more versatile tools than yet another flathead. There's two more things in here. Let's see if I can get out the middle one first. Yes, I can. Notice how this one pops out, so you have to put that back in there. Here you have the, well, this is not even a micro bit, this is something like a nano bit, I guess. Nano bit driver. I've only seen Leatherman use these. Very, very small bits, two-ended, and if you buy that bit kit, then you get one of these. On one side it is a flathead, and on the other side it is a very, very small Phillips screwdriver. And if you wear glasses, you'll know how useful these things are, because they fit in your glasses and just super nice to have around. Okay, final tool. In here, looks very futuristic when it pops out, and that's why I want to close the whole pair of pliers so that you can really see it. Initial impression may be, what on earth is this? But of course you have to put this back in, and then you have a pair of scissors, and they work very well. Of course they're very small, but as you can see, they work very well. So I'm quite pleased with this tool. Are there things, I mean, especially scissors. One of my pet peeves is that a multi-tool should have scissors. I'm very weird in that way, but I find myself using scissors actually quite a lot. So there you have it. Nice, small tool. This is not too heavy. I think it has a lot going for it, and especially with the titanium grip scales, it looks cool. It's a very nice, matte, deep metal, almost like a gunmetal grey finish. So, what do I think of the tool? First impressions. I have been playing around with it quite a bit. First impressions are very good. There are some things I would really like to see. As I said, a chisel or an awl. Definitely replaceable wire cutters on the pliers, because it's just convenient. You accidentally try to cut something that's a bit too hard and you can actually ruin your set of pliers with it. but a lot of things I think are very, very nice. And this tool, this sort of V-hook cutter, I probably shouldn't say V-hook because I think that is a SOG trademark, but this cutter at the end, it works very well, it's very sharp. It has a saw, it has a plain edge knife. I think it's a very, very nice EDC tool. Now I love the Surge. This really is my benchmark multi-tool. The only problem with the Surge is that it is really big and very pleasant to use, but this is a beefy tool, and that's just not for everyone. Just weight-wise, it's a lot to carry. So I think that is the great benefit of the Charge. It's much lighter, well much, I mean it is lighter, it's definitely quite a bit smaller. I mean you really see that when you put them on top of each other. You see how much smaller the Charge really is. So in that regard, if you're looking for a very portable multi-tool that you may not use to cut ultra hard wire all the time or that kind of stuff, I think you could do a lot worse than get the Charge. There is of course one thing that I forgot, and that's right there. Maybe I can use the clip. There we go. It does have a loop, a built-in loop for the for a lanyard. So this is a little redundant because you already have a built-in product to do that. And finally, maybe it's cute to show you how this this clip goes on. It's actually a pretty nice system. You find the side of the tool that has the file on it, right? And you go to the thin end. At the thin end, you have a clear thing spared out there. You disengage the lock, and you just pop it in. And then you have a pocket clip, and because this extends all the way up to the end, when you put this in your pocket, none of the tool sticks out. So that's useful if you don't want to use the pouch. Okay, I'm going to be using this tool quite intensively for some time, and I'll do a full review and show you what I think about it then. Okay, hope this was useful so far. Thanks, of course, in particular to Wouter, who apparently, for some reason, this purchase didn't go through, because now I was able to get the tool at a very decent price. I'll gladly see you later, guys. Bye-bye.